I can't get people to listen to me. How can I make them do better security? I get this question a lot, and it comes from a variety of organizations. It comes from a variety of positions, whether it be a security analyst all the way up to a CISO, sometimes even higher than that. And it's really interesting because when I started my career out as a CISO, as a security professional, I came from the help desk side. Help desk, operating systems, workstations, a little bit of server work. And I generally worked directly with the users. And that really skewed my thinking on how to do security because my job had always been to change the way people did things, whether it was deploying them a new operating system, new software, new settings, getting rid of WeatherBug. For those of you that even remember what WeatherBug was, these are all the things that we had to do. So influencing the users became kind of second nature. But I help a lot of people do this, whether it be my clients or when I'm mentoring people or whatever it may be. And this question does come up a lot. And so at B-Sides in 2026, this year, I did a presentation called CISO as a Diplomat. And it was talking about building relationships and doing different things that as a security professional you can do with people in your organization to effectively build bonus points. And I've used that term before in terms of bonus points. I didn't really go into a lot in it in the presentation, not because it's not important. It's just because there was a lot of things to cover in a 45-minute presentation. But I decided I wanted to at least come back and visit this here for Sleepless. The idea is simple. As you build bonus points with people, whether it be someone you interact with, stakeholders, leadership, employees, IT, whoever it may be, you build those bonus points so that you can use them later. And that's really, really important because if you don't have any of those bonus points, it's really hard to get people to do things. It may be the right thing to do. Our compliances may tell us this is the right thing to do. Our frameworks tell us this is the right thing to do. But sometimes it's just really hard to get people to do things. Well, so what do you do as a security professional? And when I talk to those professionals, there's a lot of people who get into IT or they get into computers, honestly, because they don't like working with people. We're not salespeople. We're not marketing people. We don't necessarily have those skill sets to use. I'm right there with you. I guess I'm a computer person. That's where I started from in terms of my career in IT, and even now, this is what I do. But as a CISO, you've got to have a different skill set. And again, coming up from the help desk, I had to learn that skill set to really get people to do things differently. And I just carried that over to being a CISO, and I still do the same thing. So in the presentation, we talk about a process. One of the other questions I got yesterday, which was really interesting, or I guess it was Friday, was people came up to me and they says, well, everyone talks about how you have to build relationships, but they don't tell you how to build relationships. And I'll tell you this, I've got kids, and I had to think about it from a different perspective when I was teaching them how to be social, how to engage people, how to go out and make friends. And there is all kinds of books out there. There's all kinds of things that you can do to build that process. And I'm going to very briefly cover kind of what I do and how I tell people to do it. And that is, you have to get in front of people, one-on-one. And you have to build that relationship from a casual point of view before you need to do it from a professional point of view. And what I mean by that is you should be acknowledging the relationship between you and someone else pretty regularly. And what that really means is you need to say hi. You need to say good morning. You need to drop by their office just to see how they're doing. Spend 2 minutes saying hi. You need to know a little bit about them. Now, and I cover this in much more detail in the presentation, and I won't cover it here, but it's those sorts of things that you really need to do. Now, for this session of Sleepless, we're talking about the bonus points. And I want you to think of it like this. Bonus points are things that you gain and gather through social interaction of stakeholders, of leadership and employees, other departments, whatever it may be within your organization. Those bonus points allow you to stock them up. And then when you need help or you need to engage someone to have a department change what they're doing or to get information from someone, you kind of use up those bonus points. Now, it's not really bonus points. It's not really anything tangible. It's they know you, they trust you, they're happy to help with you, help whatever you need done. These bonus points, if it's someone who doesn't enjoy social interactions, if you think of it kind of like a game, then you build those bonus points up by being social with them. Again, you stop by their office and say hi. You catch them in the hallway and you say hi, shake their hand, ask them how they're doing, and that's it. I had someone at the presentation who asked, well, what if they're 100% remote? Do the same thing. Get on a Teams message or a Slack message and say, hey, good morning. How are you doing? You're not wanting anything. You're not asking for anything. You're just saying hi. Maybe even asking them if they need help with anything. So you build these bonus points by doing this. You build that relationship by doing this. Then you're able to go back to them later, hopefully, and ask them to do something for you. It's an interesting phenomenon. If people like you and trust you and engage with you on a regular basis, they're happy to do things for you. Maybe they're not happy to do the security things, but they're happy to talk with you about them. And sometimes just getting in there in that conversation really is the first step. You could probably explain to them why it's beneficial to do this, why you have to do it for compliance reasons or regulatory reasons or whatever it is. But you got to have that conversation. I've had many times people come up to me and say, I don't even know how to start the conversation. I don't even know how to get into their office. And it can be difficult, but it's something you have to start long before you need it. Now, this is just one way of doing it. This is not the only way of doing it, but it is an effective way of doing it. So here's my my plan, or here's what I recommend to people. Number one, you should be doing things weekly. Honestly, you should be doing things every day. Maybe with different people, maybe with different groups, whatever it is, but you should be acknowledging them in some way in a casual setting. Again, just saying hi, just saying good morning to them, asking them how they're doing, asking them if they need anything. There was times when I was at the help desk, I would just walk into a department and just check on everyone. Make sure that the help desk was treating them okay. Make sure the tickets were getting done. If they had any questions. Sometimes they didn't want to put tickets in with someone, but if you're standing there, they'd be willing to ask you that question or to show you a problem that they need it fixed, but it wasn't high priority, and then you could fix it and it's back up and running, and then they're very appreciative of that. So you should be doing that every day. Now, it doesn't have to take a lot of time. You just do it real quick. Again, walking by someone's office, stick your head in and say, hey, good morning, and just keep on walking. Throw it in the chat. Hey, good morning. Or after lunch, just poke in and say, hey, good afternoon. How are things going today? When you start doing that, you start realizing that we're dealing with people, and because people are people, they like that social interaction. They begin to build a trust relationship with you. And then when an incident happens or when something bad happens, you can go back to them and they already know you. They already acknowledge you. They already acknowledge who you are and what you do. Then you can go back, hey, I'm having this problem. We're trying to figure it out. Could you help me with this? It doesn't take any time from them other than discussion. You also ask them for their feedback, and that helps them become part of the problem solving, and that always makes people feel good. And you otherwise work through the issue you're dealing with, and you come up with a successful solution. So when I say bonus points, you build these bonus points over time, and then at the end, when you need to use them, then they're there. And it's not a 1-to-1. Say I built up 300 bonus points. I've done I've said hello to you 300 times. Now I need you to do something for me. It doesn't work that way. You're slowly building that relationship, and you got to make that relationship strong. Our job as security professionals, as CISOs, is to improve the organization's security, to protect people. And we do that from a variety of methods. We do it by implementing security controls. We do it by implementing new tools. We do it by building reports so people know what's going on. We build it by testing things so we can see where our vulnerabilities are. But that's usually where people stop. And I really think to be a good security professional, you need to build those relationships, and that will help you be successful in all those other things. So, thanks for joining me for this Sleepless in Cyber. This was a really important topic. I know it was only a few minutes long, but I think it's something that every security professional needs to talk about, needs to think about. And if there's any interest, I might take my full presentation of CISO as a Diplomat and put a version of it online for people to see. If not, reach out to me on LinkedIn and we can talk about it and see if there's see what things you can do that can help you in your career, in your organization, improve security by getting those bonus points. All right. Thanks, everybody.